No new friends. Football fans.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Now it's Wilson. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Lauletta looking to throw on second down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 39 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, Drake. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
On second down, here's Lauletta. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down. Lauletta, he'll look to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
From the red zone now, Lauletta. That is caught inside the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and walk.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Box it.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. A gain of 6 there on first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On second down, it's Drake. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Josh Jones in on the stop.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and just...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie corner, Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Packers. Lance Kendricks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage, so now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
No, check, Patriot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the right side open is Gesicki. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Lawlett on first down. Flush to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. They find some open field here. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st down, Rodgers. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go. 58.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And an extra point of tying this thing up. Now Crosby for the point after. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.